Hey people, Cool Kid here. You guys remember Dargyns, right? Those Grineer fighters on the plains that are the center of all the worst Riven challenges, and whose name I'm probably pronouncing wrong. Hijacking them was always a really novel concept to me, especially for a game like Warframe, but more importantly, it's a novel concept to my boyfriend Nitro, mostly because he likes playing video games incorrectly. Despite how much fun he seems to have, I've never really had the heart to tell him that they really just aren't any good, but it did get me wondering if that fact could be remedied. I mean, with the absurd shit I've done on this channel already, surely I could do that for his sake, right? Could I even, to coin a phrase, make Dargyns overpowered? But with something you can't even mod, how would you go about that? This was the question I asked myself before firing up a stream to work on it like a year ago or something. I kinda completely forgot to make this video, honestly, my bad everyone. My testing spans 2 streams, and they're both a mess, so I'm just gonna explain things scripted because it's easier and more coherent. You guys can still have one stream moment, though, as a treat. There's normally one back here. Next prime is thick. I mean, I won't disagree, but, like, calm down. Anyways, the first thing we had to determine was what actually worked on Dargyns. You see, my first thought was I could just use any old Warframe buff, but because they're considered enemies, you can't buff them in conventional ways. But debuffs that affect enemies do affect Dargyns, and you can use abilities that are considered debuffs, but in practice behave more like a buff. Of these, the ones I found most interesting were Rage on Equinox, Molecular Prime on Nova, specifically Speedba, and Mind Control on Nyx. So I did some testing and found out some weird stuff with each. Rage will just immediately dispel itself once you mount the Dargyn, so that's out, though I'm not too bothered as it was the weakest of the potential buffs. Speedba actually has a lot of potential as it massively boosts your move speed and fire rate. The double damage you receive isn't even the biggest problem though, as whenever you try to mount the Dargyn, it completely breaks if it's under Molecular Prime's effects. If you switch Teleport into a Dargyn under the effects of Speedba, it seems to work fine, but if it ever lands, you're pretty much screwed. So with those duds out of the way, let's get on to the most interesting candidate, Mind Control. Mind Control is so important because it grants the Dargyn a damage boost, which improves its effectiveness a lot in exchange for it blowing up once Mind Control's duration ends. It also makes the Dargyn completely invincible, so getting shot down is a thing of the past, in exchange for the abrupt engine failure. Wow, it's just like I'm playing Stormworks. Preliminary tests were promising, but of course, if we're gonna go with Mind Control, we've gotta find the best way to ramp up its damage. For those who don't know, for 4 seconds after being hit with Mind Control, the target converts a portion of the damage you deal to them into a damage buff that they themselves will be able to use. Mind Control is Nyx's Helminth ability, and as you might expect, this isn't best achieved with Nyx herself, but instead with the obvious choice, Loki. Wait, what the fuck?
Is this gimmicky? Yes. Is it stupid? Also yes. But it's so stupid that no one will ever try to replicate it or steal it.
Sorry, Sab, I am stealing this from you. The reason Loki is so good for Mind Control is a weird thing about his invisibility, and more importantly, how it seems to force stealth multipliers when slamming a Dargyn, though it isn't super consistent. Honestly, I think there's a lot going on under the hood here that I just don't understand. I know my damage seems to go up when I slam it while invisible, so that's good enough for me. This invisibility is especially good because Mind Control ignores a ton of conventional damage boosts, such as elemental and physical damage mods, viral and magnetic boosts, and most damage boosting abilities. Base and faction damage mods, as well as crit and stealth bonuses, are taken into account though, and the enemy's armor is ignored completely. Abilities like Roar, Eclipse, and Zatas don't seem to boost Mind Control's damage, so that both sucks and reinforces the Loki pick. Loki also has the benefit of being able to hijack Dargyns super easily with Switch Teleport, so we don't have to worry about accidentally killing the aircraft in question. The weapon we're going to use to apply the damage boost is the good old Arca Titron, and let me know in the comments if I just reminded you that this hammer even exists. We're using Arca because of its unique Slam Capacitor passive, which stores charges that boost slam damage every time you get a kill, up to 10. This is a 100% boost per stack, and even crazier, the buff is multiplicative with itself. It isn't really that helpful in normal gameplay, as 10 kills for one supercharged slam is a lot of work, but considering that we only need the one good hit to prime our Dargyn, it is absolutely perfect for this. So, if we combine that with a few more slam damage boosts, we've got a really, really strong hit, which can get us some, pretty high Mind Control multipliers. Alright, I know what you're thinking, I'll show the builds on screen now. Sab focused on strength in his setup, but I'm going more duration so I can have fun in the Dargyn for longer. Other than that, Arca is base, faction, and slam damage, with crit and heavy to round it out. Okay, basic theory laid out. Let's see how it works on the steel path. My process is typically to grab the Dargyn on the lowest difficulty, waypoint it so it doesn't despawn, and then run around and fill Slam Capacitor. I then return to the Dargyn, cloak, heavy slam it, and then use a tent to queue a Steel Path bounty. Alright, let's give it a shot. Holy shit. I know I talk big game whenever I make these videos, but honestly I was impressed. I actually made Dargyns pretty good damage-wise, and on top of that, you're completely invincible due to mind control, so you get to play shitty Project Wingman for a couple minutes before you suddenly detonate, like a Fallout Slave's bomb collar. Eximus units kinda fuck you over, which is unsurprising, seeing as they're tankier than a damn Irish housewife, but regular enemies die pretty quickly. Okay, that's great and all, but this video can't be that short. I mean, this script is still only on the second page, so how do I pad things out for more how do we take things further? Well, as keen viewers might have noticed, Mind Control does one more thing I've thus far neglected. It turns the affected enemy into an ally. I didn't think of it on stream, but I realized as I was making this video that, in theory, that means they could benefit from buffs that normally affect allies. So, I did some testing with my friend Phoenix, and no, they actually don't take ally buffs. I also tried combining Mind Control and Molecular Prime, but it just kept breaking, and I couldn't Mind Control the Dargyn and then have Phoenix cast Molecular Prime, so there was no way we could prep the Dargyn without it touching the ground and screwing it up. I also tried using Warframe buffs again, like Eclipse, but those seem to continue to do nothing. Well shit, I guess maybe I do have to end the video this early. Honestly, I'm not really sure if we can go further with this setup, but if anybody has any ideas, let me know. I mean, you guys completely annihilated the bullet jump record within the first day, so I doubt this will be much of a challenge. At the very least, we've answered the initial question of the video. Yes, you can in fact make Dargyns overpowered. If single target weapons are overpowered, I guess. But that leaves us with a secondary question, doesn't it? What does Nitro think? I mean, on some level I did do this for him. Well, I'll let his reactions speak for themselves. Check this.
Yeah.
Okay, you can pilot that now. You have a 37,500% damage boost. We're going to the Steel Path.
Hell yeah.
Nobody but you comes out. Good.
Can be a bit finicky. Is it
Are at it again, telling me
overriding your position?
Relic is being unearthed by the Grineer. The Quills would
This might be dropping.
back.
Well, there's some over here, you know.
I keep getting stuck into the floor, okay. Oh god.
The game really does not want to,
It's...
fucking hell. I think the fucking mind control AI is bugging out.
Yeah, I am one-shotting them if I can stay close enough to you to fucking keep them.
Yeah, to keep it from trying to teleport you to me.
Fools, fucking hit him.
Your shots are like curving, what the fuck?
Yeah, the shots have technically have a projectile, but it's really fucking fast.
This is so bizarre. It looks like your Dargyn's just pissing on them because of the arc. He's
not taking
staggering, but
damage.
he's not
He's not taking damage. The fuck?
Fuck that guy in particular, actually.
Yeah. I'm stuck in the.
There's a single Kondrak over here. It's a bird. Oh, they're flying away. Yeah. Fuck, I can't. There he is.
Dang, 37,000.
Okay, the target's about to explode, but at least you got the.
I don't. Hang. Fucking get me out of here.
This is a.
I did 546,000 to some grot drool.
The floor is a balancing measure to make sure that you don't become too strong.
169,000 to the turret there. That's like I'm playing with massive fucking ping.
Pros very strong. Cons lag.
Yeah. 180,000. 72,000. 94,000. 1,000. 129,000. 388,000. 144,000. 152.
I wonder if you could shoot down that dropship now that we're on the regular difficulty. There's one behind you.
One shot.
Okay, so the answer is yes.
648,000. 432,000. Got him.
Oh god, the game just teleported. It was like a trick shot, teleported you into the ground. There it goes. So, what are your opinions on the revised Grenier Air Force?
Cool, but like, very impractical.
Yeah. That is my whole YouTube channel, to be honest. This is the real gameplay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a wrap. Sorry for this being so much shorter than normal. This whole process was a lot more A to B than most of my explorations, but I think it had some really awesome results. I hope DE gives us more mounts that we can do this kind of stuff with in the future, but this'll have to work in the meantime. They could also, like, give the Dargyn a fucking Banshee bomb or something. That'd be cool as hell. Normally I'd tell you to like and subscribe and join the Discord and watch the streams and all that other stuff, but at this point, I don't really think that's working. Instead, I'm going to employ a new age strategy called showing the viewer's home address. So do all that stuff or I'll post this to like fucking Equestria daily. With that said, I'll see you all next time when I totally make the Exalted Weapon video. For real this time. I hope DE gives us more mounts that we can do this kind of stuff with in the future, but in the meantime, I'll have to continue to mount Nitro. I can't keep this in the video.